the conditioning continues. And we did not know that. And most of us did not know that. I did not. I did not know that when an awakening occurred here. I thought I was going to wake up and think like, be like, act like what I thought Ramana did. It's Nisargadatta is my closest teacher, but Ramana has always been the saint, right? I mean, that's just, you can't, you're looking at sainthood there in action. And I kind of thought that's what I would be, but this thing wasn't a saint prior to awakening, and it's not a saint now. It's a lot better than it was by any measurement. But I believe the rule would be that most sages are not saints, and many saints are not sages. I don't want to say most because I don't actually know that, but that is kind of the feeling. But certainly most, certainly some, and I would say many saints are not actually sages. There are certainly exceptions to that. But one doesn't automatically come with the other. It's not like a package not like a package comes and trying to admit the people in the waiting room. Oh, they're joining, okay. So one can come without the other. And I would say that sainthood is more common, actually. I mean, in the sense that, how many people say, my mother was a saint, and she wasn't, but we think of her as such, and it's much, but very few of us probably would say my mother was a sage. Yeah, it's just good behavior is more common than sainthood, or than sageness. And sages act as they act until they act otherwise. And it's not necessarily our doing. It's, it's certainly not our doing. When this unit, when awakeness woke up through this unit is what? It's conditioning. It's a pile of conditioning. And it still operates the way that it did. There's still all this ingrained in stuff in DNA and in the mind and the body from whatever has happened to the body since the awakening, or since birth, really. There was DNA that brought it to here, and then since birth, there's been additional conditioning, so that we've just got a ball of conditioning. And what we think is that we are that ball of conditioning, and its name is Fred and Alexis. But there's not really a ball in the center. It feels like there's a ball in the center, but there really is no center. Can't be a ball in the center because there's no center. But we imagine a center, and we think that that center should behave differently now that it's seeing the truth, and now that it knows it is the truth, and all of that. And over a period of time, that will almost inevitably happen. It doesn't have to happen. There's no rule that says it has to happen. But it has certainly happened here. You could ask anybody who knew me 20 years ago and anybody who knows me today, and it would, the things in common would be fingerprints, yeah, and eye prints and things like that. But there's little of the other still around. Some of the other is around and asleep, and occasionally there can be overwhelm, and that asleep part will come to the forefront and just be an ass. And that's being an ass is perfectly capable of happening here.